You ever wake up to find a bright orange ticket on your windshield and realize it's from your own HOA? Yeah, that was my morning. The note read, "Your vehicle is excessively loud and disruptive to the community. Immediate action required. Signed, Karen Thompson, HOA President." Now, my truck, a lifted F-150, isn't exactly whisper quiet, but it's no monster either. It's my pride and joy. Built with my own hands, and I make sure it never disturbs anyone. But apparently, Karen didn't see it that way. She lived 2 houses down, always peering through her blinds like she was guarding Fort Knox. That morning, as I was checking the note, she actually came strutting out, coffee mug in hand, and said, "You'll need to fix that noise or we'll have to fine you." I asked her, "Karen, are you serious? It's 8 a.m. on a Saturday. I started at once." She shot back, "HOA rules are rules." I bit my tongue, nodded, and drove off. But as I turned the corner, I heard a sound that nearly made me choke on my coffee. A deafening engine roar coming from Karen's own driveway. Her son's bright red race car screamed louder than a jet taking off. I knew then, this was war. The next morning, I decided to confirm what I'd heard. I parked a few houses down and waited. Sure enough, at exactly 7:45 a.m., Karen's son, Tyler, fired up his cherry red race car. The engine screamed through the neighborhood like a thunderstorm trapped in a tin can. Windows rattled. Birds scattered. I pulled out my phone and hit record. The footage was gold. Karen standing proudly in her driveway, waving her son off as the car roared down the street. That same afternoon, I sent a polite email to the HOA board with the video attached and wrote, "Just wondering if this qualifies as excessive noise under HOA rules." 2 hours later, Karen herself stormed up to my house, face redder than a stop sign. "Did you spy on my family?" she shouted. I kept calm. "No, Karen, I just documented a community noise issue." She huffed. "My son's car is for professional racing. It's different." I said, "Oh, so HOA rules have exceptions for race cars?" Her jaw tightened. She didn't have an answer. By evening, the whole neighborhood was buzzing. People started whispering. "Did you hear about Karen's son's car?" One neighbor even laughed. "Guess her own rules don't apply to family." That night, I knew I had her cornered, but I wanted to play this smart. It was time to teach Karen a lesson she wouldn't forget. I wasn't going to stoop to Karen's level, but I was going to expose her double standards the right way. So I came up with a plan. Operation Payback. The next HOA meeting was only a few days away. I printed out screenshots of the HOA noise policy, Karen's noise violation notice to me, and a still from my video of Tyler's roaring race car. Then, I prepared a short presentation labeled Community Fairness and Noise Awareness. When the night arrived, the HOA clubhouse was packed. Neighbors whispering, Karen sitting at the head of the table like a queen guarding her throne. I stood up and calmly said, "I'd like to discuss a noise complaint." Karen smirked. "Oh, are we back to your truck again?" I smiled. Not exactly. I clicked play on the video. The sound of Tyler's engine blasted through the speakers, so loud it made everyone flinch. Karen's face turned pale. That's my son's vehicle," she stammered. I nodded. "Yes, the same one you said doesn't violate HOA rules." The room went silent, then erupted in whispers and muffled laughter. One board member even said, "Karen, this seems inconsistent." I didn't need to say another word. I just handed out copies of her own noise complaint and sat down. That night, for the first time, Karen didn't have the last word. Vantme. After that meeting, the neighborhood's opinion of Karen flipped overnight. The woman who once strutted around like the HOA sheriff was now the punchline of every front yard conversation. A few days later, I woke up to find a new email from the HOA board. It read, "After reviewing all evidence, your noise violation has been dismissed. We will be revising the policy to ensure fairness moving forward." And right below that was the cherry on top. Karen Thompson will be temporarily stepping down as HOA president pending review. I couldn't help but grin. The sound of justice was sweeter than any engine rumble. Later that week, I saw Karen outside, watering her plants with that forced smile people wear when they know they've lost. She avoided eye contact, but Tyler, her son, gave me a sheepish wave. "Sorry about all that," he muttered. "Didn't know Mom went that far." I told him, "No hard feelings, man. Just maybe keep the race car at the track." He laughed and agreed. From that day on, my truck stayed parked proudly in my driveway. No more tickets, no more glares. And whenever Karen heard me start it, she'd quietly slip inside her house. Funny how the loudest voices go quiet when the truth speaks louder. Enjoying these wild HOA stories? Hit that subscribe button to catch more unbelievable Karen moments and real neighborhood drama. If you got a laugh out of this one, give it a like and tell me in the comments, what would you have done if Karen came after your truck?